vagina. Dicks, extra dicks. There's no vagina in this future. But Gus and I are going to put top hats and monocles on our dicks, and our dicks are going to do the whole. I'm going to say fuckery a lot.
Isn't weird boner your thing?
Penis blowback.
But that's not nearly as hot. I don't want to hear that in any theme song.
Nipple milk cocktail. This mic is attuned to sex appeal. Fucking cunt.
The dick's been stacked against us.
Did you say the dick has been stacked against us?
What else
That's
will
the
I
story
say?
of my life, dude. Oh, God, dude, it's the worst. Do you know who gets a call every Wednesday evening to get yelled at about the podcast?
I think that was Jeff's greatest hits.
Wow, man. The only thing sadder than all those things I said is the guy that had to go through every podcast to grab them. Did that start off with dicks, extra dicks?
It did.
Did I hear dick blowback in there?
Penis blowback, I think it was.
I don't even know what that is.
It sounds awful.
Yeah.
So thanks to, what's his name here? Hellshanks from the website for that wonderful podcast intro.
Thanks, Hellshanks.
Hellshanks.
Bouquet of filth.
I think even he said it sounded like a horny 12-year-old made it.
Did you say bouquet of filth?
Yeah.
That's kind of
what
poetic.
I was going to
I like
classify
that.
it.
Yeah. Good job.
Hallmark's going to be marketing that next year for Valentine's
Sue
Day.
the
Bouquet
shit
of
out
filth.
those fuckers.
Just another one of our great ideas. Down the toilet.
Yeah. Stolen.
So this week we got Griffin, Jeff, and Gus.
Did you forget my name?
No, I was trying to think what order I was going to go in. Alphabetical or left to right
And
based
you
on
just-
where you're sitting to me.
We got
Okay.
the 3 Gs.
Yeah, triple G. That means it's going to be an awful podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to get over as quickly as possible.
Last week, for the first time ever, we broke into the top 25 most listened to podcasts on iTunes.
Hey, congratulations.
Big deal.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Number 24, I think we were.
Number 24.
The budget cuts are already affecting NPR. Their stranglehold on the top podcast is weakening. We'll see if we can recreate that magic. I doubt it.
Recreate that magic.
What have you guys been up to? What were you doing out there, Griffin? I saw you with a drill doing something on the front door.
I was just Brandon isn't reinstalling like locks or whatever and like changing door handles.
Why?
And I don't know. That's still not clear to me.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
So he decided to go and change all of our door handles. So, but he needed help drilling because nobody here drills.
I walk up, and he and Carrie are going for about 2 hours when I walk up, and I go, why don't you guys just call a locksmith? It would already be done. It'd cost you like $50. And Brandon explained to me that you don't get locks from locksmiths. And I was like, excuse me? He goes, yeah, he's not going to have the right lock for this door. This is a special lock. Like, who the fuck wouldn't have, like, who is more a fucking key to the lock industry than the locksmith? I mean, the guy drives around in a little truck full of locks, all kinds of locks, all manner of locks,
Yeah.
and ways to open and install them. And Brandon was explaining to me that it was just not necessary, that it's a very easy process that he's got under control. An hour later, I see my wife in high heels, coworker in high heels, drilling the door because apparently that's a skill set Brandon doesn't have.
He might wear heels. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's also a
I
skill.
was referring to the drilling. I'm pretty sure he's got that skill set.
No, he came up and he was like, "Hey, Griffin, can I get your opinion on this?" I'm like, "Okay." So then he was showing me like the situation. I was like, "Yeah, I guess
This
you could
situation?
please keep your shirt on."
My point wasn't that Brandon couldn't eventually get it done if you throw enough Rooster Teeth manpower and people at it. And right now we've got
women power.
Right now we've got 3 people, Carrie, Brandon, and Griffin, all working to get this one lock installed.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
And then
it
Jeff
wasn't-
walks up and he's like, "Well," like,
and the
what
lock's
about-
it's too fucking big for it.
Yeah.
It hangs over the edge.
Let's just
There's
call
like
a
a big
fucking
gap.
locksmith.
Dude, that was my point. The point I was trying to make to Brandon.
But now we've invested so much time and energy
No,
into it.
and
We
he
can't
gets-
call
It's just going to get worse.
He's so wounded and upset that I'm making fun of him for this. And I'm not saying that he can't do it. Eventually, once he brings in, I'm assuming that by 2 p.m., Marshall and Chris will be involved, possibly Nathan and Joel. And if we throw enough Rooster Teeth bodies at it, eventually it's going to get installed. But the cost savings is gone at that point. When you devote like 46 man hours across
When
7
the
people,
entire company workday
to
is
stop.
dedicated to
Well, and Jeff said
installing
then
a
it's
lock.
not cheaper. $50 was a hell of a lot cheaper.
you've already wasted a half an hour just sitting and watching the process and laughing at him.
Oh yeah, no, that's true
Like,
too.
that's- Jeff
It's
just,
killed
like,
my
he-
productivity.
Yeah, we should have got some beer and sat out there and watched them.
Jeff pulled up a chair and he just like sat there laughing at Brandon the whole time.
I did.
We need some lawn chairs to sit outside and look back at people in the office and laugh.
Brandon is getting so upset and so mad at me. But it's like at this point, we've got to at least have 9 company hours inside this one lock.
Yeah.
You're telling me that that's worth less than $50?
At this company, maybe.
Here's the thing I love. You've been complaining all morning about all the work you have to do, and meanwhile, you were spending this entire time complaining about man hours or whatever.
I haven't complained about having work to do.
Okay, maybe last night.
Today,
So.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've also been delaying the start of the podcast simply because there was drilling going on like 2 feet from my front door.
Yeah, so people that are listening, you're listening to this podcast 20 minutes later than you would have gotten it today, all thanks to Brandon not wanting to call a locksmith.
Thanks, Brandon.
You can send your positive critiques to Brandon at roosterteeth.com.
Or visit roosterteeth.com/Brandon.
Or visit roosterteeth.com/Brandon.
Hey, speaking of visiting roosterteeth.com/Brandon, we're about to hit 1 million users on the website.
How exciting is that? We're at 993,000, right?
Something like that. I'm going to double check it right now.
Okay, double check it.
But you have to vamp a bit because it's going to take me a second to figure it out.
Allow me to vamp for a bit.
993,000.
That's exciting.
Let's see. Let me see if I can get a higher number.
It's what we call a milestone.
Yeah, we'll hit it very soon.
Hey, that is actually a milestone on our site. There's a milestone for being one of the first 1 million people on the site. So there are 7,000 of you that can still get that milestone if you want it.
And then after that, you're going to be relegated to the first 2 million.
Right.
Yeah, I guess then after that, there's no way you could get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Unless you buy an account from another user.
Which
I don't recommend.
Which is illegal and against the terms of use.
There you go.
It's too bad because I have an account I could sell.
No, do you?
So last night, I don't remember where I saw this. I may have been reading Reddit or something, but I guess there's this guy who claims to have invented the song that da-da-da-da-da charge.
Is that a song?
Yeah, and he's suing every professional sports organization for money for it. But get this, you're laughing. He actually copyrighted the song in 1981, and the San Diego Chargers used to pay him for use of the song.
No, it's just funny that he's targeted every single sports team.
He's
even if it's bullshit. At some point, I mean, if you're suing 87 or more than that, if you're suing 250 teams across all professional sports, somebody's going to pay.
Yeah.
Someone's going to kick your ass.
Someone's going to kick your ass, but
It's the MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, NCAA, and NASCAR. Do they really play that song at NASCAR? They're like, come on, charge. He's like, yeah, I need to drive faster.
Well, I think that's what would actually make more sense than others, don't you think?
NASCAR?
Yeah, I don't know. You're going fast and you focus.
no, it's like charge through the turn. Only 480 more turns to go.
Yeah, but you're still charging.
I guess you're just running in a
God.
fucking circle. Hey, speaking of driving around in a circle, we got that super racetrack that they're building off in East Austin. You know what I'm talking about, Gus? Mm-hmm. That's going to have the Grand Prix or whatever.
Is it F1?
F1, yeah. And it just announced that they're also going to have the motorcycle version of the Grand Prix, which is
Moto Grand Prix?
Moto Prix or whatever. And which is it'll be the only track in the world that does the Grand Prix championship for motorcycles and for cars.
Do they have one for mopeds?
No.
That would be awesome.
But that actually got me thinking, I'm happy because it's going to be good for the Austin economy. It's going to bring a ton of motherfuckers into town to buy Red vs. Blue
lot of
DVDs.
people,
yeah. And because by then I'll have my Rooster Teeth stand set up on the side of the road. I'll be selling oranges and RVB DVDs to anybody that goes to the Grand Prix. But it got me thinking, we should go, Gus, we should go to the opening race, whatever it is. Not that I give a fuck about races.
Are they expensive? Isn't it like a high-class thing?
It's pretty expensive, but it's supposed to, fuck it, it's like a Austin history kind of thing. We should be there on day one.
I hear that there's construction problems and that there's supposed to be some bottlenecks driving to and from that track, and that they estimate currently, the way things are laid out, that it would take you 8 hours to get from that track back to downtown.
Are you serious?
No
at the end of a race,
Seriously?
just because of the volume of
Holy
cars.
shit.
Oh,
When are
dude.
they opening?
2012.
Well, yeah. A lot of things are opening 2012.
How about that cool East Ave construction, hotel, condo, grocery store, shopping area that's opening in spring of 2009 right by our house?
Looking forward to that.
It's getting back to race cars. One time my dad took me, my brother and I, to a race that was not too far from where we lived. And he had to we had to look under couch cushions to gather enough change to pay for all of this. It was one of those things where we were taking cans
It's
back to the
family
store.
bonding.
Were they even your couch cushions, or were you guys in the neighbors' houses?
We just dropped by and paid a visit and just grabbed what we could.
They went to the furniture store and they went through all the couches. Lots of couches there.
Yeah, so we scraped together enough money, and we were like buying our tickets and handing this like 1 penny at a time. You know, it took us fucking forever to get in there. We get up, we're in the nosebleed seats, way in the back, and we sit there for like 4 hours. I don't know, maybe it wasn't 4 hours. I was a kid, you know, time was different. But sit there for a while watching these races. It was kind of boring, and eventually we're like, all right, let's just get out of here. So just as we leave and we're pulling out, we turned. I think it was playing on the radio or something. We turned it on, and we realized that the real race hadn't started.
What?
It was like the warm-up act or whatever, like the B team was like getting the crowd ready, and like there was nothing had happened the entire time because they weren't really like that daring or whatever. So, and then apparently there were some amazing crashes, which is why you go to the race in the first place, right? I mean, that's kind of what you're secretly hoping happens.
Can I tell you guys a little secret about my childhood that you may not know?
Sure.
My stepfather was a drag racer, and I went to the drag races every weekend for 5 years of my life. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
It was not.
Yeah, you hate racing.
I do.
I understand now where your original hatred comes from.
Literally, my friends would be like, "What do you want to do this weekend? You want to go play baseball?" And I'd be like, "No, that's cool, guys. I'm going to the Gator Nationals. I'm going to sit in a lawn chair with earplugs in and try not to go deaf. You guys have a blast.
Have fun with that
Tell
baseball.
me how it is. Yeah, tell me all. Oh, sleepover, huh? Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to get a sunburn."
It must have been so hard to be you and watch fast cars all the time.
Oh, it was so exciting. Like, who's going to get to the end of the strip faster? Oh, the guy on the left did. Yay! Fuck, the guy on the right did it last time. This is crazy.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. It's an eighth of a mile.
That's how I feel about all sports, and I'm the asshole. Come on, I mean, it's all pointless, right? Doing anything outside of your house is fucking pointless.
I will say, I ate a fuckload of hot dogs over the course of those 5 years, and there is nothing quite like a drag race hot dog.
Hey, real fast. Apparently there's an update on the da-da-da-da-da charge story. Breaking news.
Okay.
I guess it's been found out that someone actually composed that song in 1955 for the USC.
So he didn't actually compose it?
That's what, and the guy who was filing the lawsuit claims he's never heard that original version. And that 55.
So he probably heard it once, and then it stuck in his head, and he's like, obviously if it's in my head, I invented it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm going to sue every single person who's ever used it.
There's some audio here.
There is a legal battle brewing.
To compare the different songs. I'll play it later. I'll put a link in the link dump.
Do they know who invented it originally in 55?
It's a USC student named Tommy Walker.
Is Tommy Walker still alive?
No, Tommy Walker died.
Oh, man.
But breaking news. We'll be following this story.
Yeah, it does seem like the 80s was a little bit late for that, right? I mean, I feel like I've seen it in movies and shit. Like,
yeah, I can't imagine.
I read that some dude is going to sue every major league team because he secretly invented "We Will Rock You" like 2 years before Queen did. So you can look for that one too.
Ridiculous. Did you see the video the other day of that A380 hitting that little plane?
I saw it about 4,000 times.
Dude, I just want to say that reinforces our rant about air travel.
Exactly.
That's why you wear your seatbelt while you're taxiing.
And you pay attention. Imagine if you're one of your two cunts sitting in a plane, right? And you've got your fucking camera out, your digital camera that's electronic, and you're browsing through your photos of your fucking dog or whatever it is, and all of a sudden, in the span of less than 2 seconds, your plane does a 90-degree turn. You don't have any teeth left because it just ate that fucking camera. Mm-hmm. That's why.
Or it flies out of your hand and hits a baby in the eye.
And kills a baby, or blinds a baby. You just blinded a baby because you wanted to show your friend cute pictures of your fucking Shih Tzu. So many.
So let's just to reinforce. Wear your seatbelt till you get to the gate.
Yeah.
Follow the rules.
Follow the rules. Or you're that one asshole who's a business traveler who just has to get his briefcase out of the fucking top, so you stand up early even though they tell you not to, and the next thing you know, you don't have any legs anymore. I don't know how he loses his legs in that scenario. I just know that he does.
I feel totally outnumbered without Bernie here.
Have you seen the video?
No.
That plane gets fucked up.
It's just taxiing in, and then all of a sudden it gets hit by a bigger plane, and it goes like this.
Wow, that was loud.
Yeah.
I'm amazed no one got hurt.
I'm amazed
I really
no one got hurt. Probably because they were following the rules.
Probably.
What were you were telling me that something happened with the bouncy castle?
Jeff said that.
You were.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
What happened?
I think it was in Arizona. I just read the other day that there was like kids had a birthday party and there were two kids in a bounce castle and the wind came and picked the bouncy castle up because it wasn't properly secured to the ground, and it took off and it landed like on the interstate
with a couple of kids in it.
Two kids
God.
Kids got fucked up. I don't know how badly, but they were both. They were seriously injured.
That sucks.
It really sucks. Thanks for bringing us down.
Oh, I can't go on now.
Well, that's not a lot in the news that isn't depressing.
It's true.
I mean,
First, it was the fight song. Then the plane.
that poor guy might not get his money now.
Hey, I read something on Reddit this morning that I don't know if it's true because I can't be bothered to do the research to determine it's true.
So you're
but
just
at
gonna
face
spread it?
value, according to this Reddit post today, Skynet went self-aware or goes self-aware on April 19th, 2011, which is the day that Portal 2 comes out.
I'm actually, it's funny you bring that up. I was doing research right now while y'all were talking, trying to
were you?
verify that story. Apparently, in the original Terminator storyline, Skynet goes online August 4th, 1997, and then gains self-awareness August 29th. They revised that in Terminator the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh.
So that Skynet gets turned on April 19th and then goes self-aware April 21st, 2011.
2011.
Shit.
Interesting.
Wait, the 21st?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's intentional or just a funny, happy accident.
I'm sure.
It's got to be an accident.
It's got to be an
right?
accident.
Yeah.
Man, that means Portal 2 comes out next week.
Portal 2 comes out next week.
And
So
you'll have
does
2 days to finish it before Aperture Science goes self-aware.
That's true. And also Mortal Kombat comes out next week.
Really?
Yep.
What came out this week? Did anything come out this week?
Fucking not much.
The Michael Jackson experience.
The Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, the Experience, and a game called Divinity 2, which I know you were all clamoring to play.
What's what?
Divinity 2.
Okay.
And I think that
I never even heard of Divinity 1.
Yeah, the big thing that came out this week, there was Bulletstorm DLC that came out. It was totally unannounced, and it just came out. And then, but Magicka Vietnam, the DLC for Magicka came out, which is very funny, I think. If you don't know what it is, Magicka is like a top-down Diablo-esque like mage game where you do spell combinations.
In Vietnam.
In just like in Wizard World, wherever the fuck that is.
Wizard World.
You
I think
know,
it's in Chicago, isn't it?
It's their Azeroth or whatever their version of like old times where people could still do magic is. And then they just came out with a DLC where they just took the wizards and they put them in the Vietnam War. And they're fighting like the Goblin Kong. It's all very funny. I don't know.
Are there
Kind of a really silly, unique idea. It's like it's something somebody pitches as a joke, drunk on like Friday, wear your Hawaiian shirt today, to work today, and drink out of they get like a keg for the whole company. This company's probably 4 people, by the way. So
they have to drink a lot of beer.
3/4 of the way into the keg, somebody goes, people love Battlefield Bad Company Vietnam, right? Let's just make that. And then they're like, that'd be hilarious. And then Monday, somebody's already got specs drawn up, and they do it.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It seems almost like that would be something that's ununlockable or like a hidden or Easter egg in the game.
I know, it's crazy, right?
It's really, really a bizarre
I had a
mashup.
fuck of a time trying to play it, too.
Yeah,
Because it's a Steam game, but it's only Windows. And so trying to install Boot Camp was a whole day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we never did it.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was running around like crazy yesterday. I couldn't devote
No.
all my time to looking at that problem.
You're a very, very busy individual. You guys are getting down to the wire on RTX. I would not want to be in your shoes. I understand completely. And we were able to play it on Jack's laptop, so it wasn't the end of the world.
Oh, is that what you ended up doing?
So, man, RTX stuff.
Oh, man.
We've essentially been, we had everything pretty much organized for the event. Then we sold way more tickets than we wanted to, so we've essentially had to redo everything.
Yeah, and actually it's funny, too. Like, the more we nail down, the more little things pop up that we think of. So I feel like a Hydra, almost. Like, that we're fighting this Hydra. Like,
Yeah.
The moment we're like, okay, we got a location. Oh, shit, we got to do this and this and this to get this location ready. Like, yesterday we went to walk this a plot of land we're looking at, having a party on, and Gus stepped on a fire ant hill.
That was pretty funny.
I was brushing ants off of me the entire rest of the day. Like,
Oh,
I was
really?
sitting here like 3 hours later. I was like, what the fuck? It's an ant.
Did you get bit at all?
No, I did not get bit
That's
once.
amazing. Yeah, it's funny with fire ants. It's like they know, like the moment you would know that, like you're aware of them, then they all bite. It seems
Yeah.
like, or they have some kind of weird. I don't know if they have a pheromone or whatever that they all bite at the same time. It seems like that happens.
What's your worst fire ant story? Don't think too long.
Well, I'm not from Texas, so I'm pretty new to them. So,
Oh, I guess that's true.
My worst story is that they bit
You
me
moved to
once.
Texas and they exist?
Yeah, that I don't walk in grass anymore.
Man, when I lived in Louisiana, when I lived in like right outside of New Orleans, this was like 7th grade or 8th grade maybe. I was playing in the woods one day, and I stopped to take a piss on a tree, and I was peeing on a tree, and I felt something sharp, and I looked down, and my right leg was swarming with fire ants. Like I was standing right in the middle of a giant fire ant pile, and I was still peeing, so the only thing I could do was piss on the ants. So I just peed on my leg and my shoe. My shoe was covered in dead ants, like fucking drowned fire ants and piss.
And that's when they got pissed off.
And that's when they got mad. Yeah, and I got bit like a jackass. And then I had to run home with like
With
pee
your piss
sloshing
leg?
all over my leg. It was terrible. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of peeing on myself stories.
I'm glad you grew out of that before you met me.
Yeah.
Unless it's something you just do in private now.
There was a few years ago when Hurricane Rita was coming and hit Houston. A lot of people evacuated from Houston because it was right after Katrina, and everyone was real scared of hurricanes. And it took people hours, if not to get from Houston to Austin. I heard that people would spend like a day or two, which normally it's a 2.5 hour drive.
Well, wasn't one of the problems too is people would run out of gas and would just be stuck there
because they were stuck. There was so much traffic, and I heard stories of people who were like stuck in their cars, not moving, and they would just pee in their shoes. And like pour it out into the street because they had no other way to go.
There's other ways to go.
Yeah, there's got to be something other than your shoe, right? Or just
get out of your car and go piss on the side of the road.
Yeah,
I guess
people don't like to. But I think that's way less humiliating to just go and pee in front of
it's
people than
also,
to pee in your shoe.
It was also super crowded. He wasn't moving because there were so many people.
Oh,
it would be like a ton of people staring at you pissing on the side of the road.
Dude.
Versus pissing in your shoe in private and then just pouring it out.
You're always assuming too that people want to, like, they're going to be looking. They're like, oh, I got to watch this person pee.
When you're bored and you spent 24 hours staring at nothing, if there's a dude pissing, you're going to watch him.
Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl. There's a vendor selling fucking bum cakes and popcorn. Man, what kind of shoe, I wonder?
It was a hush puppy.
Oh, yeah, who cares? It's a hush puppy.
Do you still make those?
I don't know.
And, you can make a fortune if you happen to have a rubber boot. Just rent out your boot.
You can rent your boot.
God.
Piss boot. $5. I will dispose of the urine.
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess if you have to do delivery, you should charge extra.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a disposal fee. Which we've learned about in trying to arrange porta potties for RTX.
Yeah. Everything's got a fee.
Yeah, what's the you guys got some porta potties worked out?
Yeah, the porta potty's the easy part.
We sprung extra for the waterless hand sanitizing stations.
Nice.
So you fuckers better use it.
So you guys better have fucking clean hands.
Yeah, no kidding.
We paid extra for that. It's a classy affair.
Oh, God.
I'm sure at this point everyone's like, why the fuck did we pay to go to this event?
know,
We're going to be
like,
out in a field with porta potties and fire ants using waterless hand sanitizer?
Don't even get me started on the poison ivy.
Yeah, just so you know, the waterless hand sanitizer is also your shower. We got you guys extra. Just rub it in your armpits every day or two.
And just for the record, this event is happening, May 27th?
Yeah.
Well,
we'll be out there the 28th and 29th.
So it's going to be about 146
Oh,
degrees.
it won't be that hot.
It won't be.
Don't be a downer.
I'm not. I'm just preparing people.
We looked it up.
Don't wear clothes.
I don't remember now off the top of my head, but I looked up historical weather data for that weekend. Try to make sure it wasn't going to rain. And
how was it?
Very low chance of rain. And it should be a pleasant temperature wise, but it's already really hot right now.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it'll be a hot year. So, but I think we've got some things in the works that'll help cool people down.
Man, phone party.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, wireless hand sanitizer party.
Waterless hand sanitizer, not wireless hand sanitizer.
Actually, it's also wireless.
Why do you want wires there? Come on, don't be an asshole.
Speaking of wires, we need to get that low-hanging wire removed from the lot.
Oh yeah, and there's also like
The one the sparking one.
power line that's like 5 feet off the ground. You almost hit your head on when you're walking around.
Oh man, good times.
We lost a chicken yesterday.
Fuck, did you hear about the chicken, dude?
That sucks.
We lost
Yeah.
our
Which
first
one
chicken.
was it?
We lost
Lala.
Lala.
I don't know who that is.
She's a silky.
She's silky, and she kind of kept to herself. She went broody pretty early, so she was...
The one that keeps to itself. I know exactly the one you're talking
the
about.
black one that was like always in the house.
Mm-hmm.
She, because the other ones, we forgot to put them back in their coop one night, and they all, except for her, they all like to sleep in the tree. So they all flew up into the tree. She was the one that stayed in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a whole pile of feathers like from the door. Like the possum went in and got her, and I guess didn't know to look for the chickens in the tree, and it didn't even fucking eat all of her.
I've run the possum off a couple times.
And
Now I'm going to kill it.
The funny thing is, I know that chicken because when I was watching your chickens, I remember I told you they all escaped on me. That's the one that didn't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one that
she was
stayed in
pretty
the house.
steady. But that's the thing. And at night, chickens almost go into this sort of semi-comatose state where they don't, even if they're awake, like you can pick them up and move them around, like they don't fight back. So, not a good time to leave your coop door open.
Man, so I had to fucking bury her last night. It was really sad. For me, not for Millie. Millie's like, wow, the chicken's really dead. Can I touch it? I'm like, no, it's gross. Don't touch it.
Kids are so weird about death,
Kids-
I think they just don't get the significance of it.
I know. And she's like, why did she die? And I'm like, well, a possum ate her. And she's like, why'd the possum eat her? And I'm like, well, we left the door open. And she's like, so it's your fault? And I'm like, Yeah, and then Griffin comes home because she was at the grocery store or whatever, and she's like, Mommy, guess what? The chicken died because Daddy wasn't paying attention. Thank you.
Was she like, when's the chicken going to respawn?
It's sad. Yeah, and actually, I bonded with that chicken less than the other chickens, so it's really sad. But I'm glad that it wasn't one of my favorites.
I am gonna kill a fucking possum.
Can you eat possum? Do you know? Isn't there like a possum recipe in the Joy of Cooking?
If you're from West Virginia or Kentucky, you can. No offense. No, I don't think I wouldn't recommend eating a wild possum. They probably have worms.
Yeah, but how wild can it be if it's like walking around like East 6th or East whatever street we live on?
East whatever street.
Yeah.
Now people are going to look up East whatever street and they're going to know exactly where we live.
They'll just look for the Google image of my wife.
Millie was like, "Are you really going to kill the possum?"
Did she actually end up in the photo?
They haven't updated it yet.
Oh, I want to see.
Millie was like, "Are you really going to kill the possum, Dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to murder the possum." And she's like, "Why are you going to do that?" And I was like, "Well, it's retribution. I don't want it to kill any other of our chickens, and I don't know how to keep it away." She's like, "How are you going to kill it?" And I was like, I'm going to bash its possum brains in with a baseball bat." And she's like, "Cool." So I'm a little worried.
Does she want to help?
Yeah, maybe we should get her involve her less in this whole process.
Just start therapy now.
Of course, kids like out on the farm learn how to kill like pests, right?
Yeah, things were better in the past, right? That's what everyone always says. So, so there must be something to that.
Yeah, good point.
Well, that sucks that you lost your chicken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad. We're from 7 to 5.
And
really
our other chickens are really upset about it, and they're acting different.
They are acting very different. It was like I had to put them up last night, and it was like a 20-minute affair.
Yeah, they're like, don't put us in the death box, please.
They could not. Yeah,
they could smell the death.
They were terrified. It was really sad.
The thing that pisses me off, and this pisses me off for everything, like when we've gardened and had squirrels steal like vegetables or whatever, like it's the fact that the animals they take like one bite and they're like, I'm not into it, and they leave, and it's like you just ate one bite out of my tomato that I've been waiting for 2 weeks, or like
not even that
killed my chicken and wandered off and didn't eat it,
and you like lost interest 30 seconds into the feeding. Yeah, no, the worst thing about those squirrels is they'll go in and you'll have like squash, right, Gus? Let's say squash, and you'll have
or melons that take forever.
20 squash. Right, and you're like, wow, I'm about to have a squash harvest. In like 2 days, I'm going to have a squash harvest. And then a fucking squirrel will come in and take a bite out of a squash and go, that's terrible. I wonder what the next one tastes like. Oh, that's terrible. Only 18 more to go. And they'll just take one bite out of every single so you get nothing.
Annoying.
I hate to interrupt your squash farm story over there.
We sound like hillbillies.
But
I'm going to kill a
possum. You're like, let's go see a drag race. And squash.
They killed our squash harvest.
I just saw on Halo Waypoint, apparently BS Angel said that I guess they're going to be doing something at PAX Prime this year.
Oh, yeah? What's the...
It doesn't say. It's very cryptic, very open-ended. It just says... Weird. It just says, save the date. And this says PAX Prime,
save
August 26th, 27th, and 28th. Not that I have to tell anyone listening to this podcast what PAX is.
Or to save the date.
Or to go to PAX, because I'm sure all of you already go anyway.
Absolutely.
So I wonder what's going on. That's
Maybe
cool.
somebody's getting married.
Maybe somebody's getting married.
Maybe. Master Chief and Cortana are going to finally tie the knot.
Why won't they just do it?
It's like moonlighting.
Moonlighting. That's a reference no one's going to get who listens to this podcast. I'm going to get an email from like one other dude.
For people who were born after 1990, Moonlighting was a very popular television show with Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis.
Sybil Shepherd? I mean, like, even that's like, you're talking about someone that they're not going to still know who that was.
She was a famous actress in the 70s and the 80s. She was the poor man's Kathleen Turner.
It's like the history lesson by Jeff Ramsey.
And they flirted with each other. It was a private detective agency where she owned it and he worked for her, and they solved crimes and mysteries, and they had this great chemistry, and they were always about to start dating, kind of like Jim and Pam on The Office, but they never quite did. And then just when you thought they were going to, Mark Harmon, who was famous for Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, right? The Ted Bundy story, came in and stole her away. And there was never any kind of closure. It was very sad.
Is this the way we're going to stay in the top 25 by making synapses of like...
Oh, I got another one. And there was a nerdy lady who worked with him named Miss DePesto, and the guy that played Booger in Revenge of the Nerds, he worked for them as well, and they had a romance that actually did bud.
Was
the
Miss
Booger
DePesto
guy, really?
Annie Potts?
No.
Or am I thinking of the character
she
from Ghostbusters?
She was like their version of Annie Potts in Ghostbusters.
Was she as hot as... Oh, no, I guess from the Ghostbusters now. Whereas Ghostbusters 2, I thought she was pretty hot.
And what was her name in Ghostbusters?
Janine.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It's Alice Beasley was Agnes DePesto.
Yeah, Agnes DePesto.
Okay, let's move out of the 80s, please, with the Ghostbusters and the Moonlighting talk, and let's come back to current times.
All right. And go.
Yeah. Man, the other day I sent Bernie this video. It was one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. It was a video that talks about, I guess, the dangers of high pressure when you're diving underwater. And it talks about like the pressure differentials between bodies of water and how they can crush and kill people without them knowing what's going on. And it has like 3D recreations of commercial diving accidents where people get killed. It's awful. One of them was awful because it was like some dude just repairing the bottom of a swimming pool in scuba gear, and he got sucked to a drain and got stuck. And it wasn't enough pressure to kill him, but he couldn't move, and he ran out of air and died.
Oh, my God.
The bottom of a swimming pool.
That has to be the worst. I mean, there are, I'm sure, worse ways to go, but that's bad.
Yeah.
Just like sitting there waiting.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Man, now I brought everyone down.
What a fucking happy podcast this has been.
You're getting a massage today.
Hey, let me ask you a question about that. All right. I think you're setting me up. This is some sort of a test, or you're trying to give me like
everything is a test.
It's either a test. I don't know how this is going to go. It's either a test, or you're giving me like the best present ever. I'm not sure, because we read on Reddit like a couple weeks ago, or some article somewhere, that said that 30% of all back rubs, Swedish massages, end in happy endings. And then you were like, you're never getting another massage again as long as I live. There's no way. Mm-hmm. You're certainly not going to get 4, because then I know you're definitely getting a hand job.
It's math.
Yeah, it's just math. And then like 2 weeks later, she's like, hey, I scheduled you a massage. It's tonight at 6:15. So do you want me to get a happy ending, or are you trying to get divorced?
I know that this massage therapist is a friend of ours, so
That's even more confusing to me.
No, because I know that she's not going to mess with you. Plus, I know you, and I know like your closing maneuvers or whatever. You're never gonna have the balls to ask, and I think that it's one of those things that I don't know. Hopefully,
well, maybe he read that article on Reddit a few weeks ago about how to ask your massage therapist if they do happy endings.
Now I'm terrified, because like, what if I go and I get this nice massage and it's going well, and then she's like, "All right, are you ready for your you know what?" And I'm like, "Excuse me," and then she's like, "It's okay with Griffin." Will it be okay with you? Is this a thing? I'm so scared.
I don't even think you should.
She's a friend. Should I trust her?
Oh my God!
I just don't know. I don't want to.
If you don't know,
why did you do this to me?
Well, you got to go for it.
Why did you put me in this position?
Not only are you not allowed to have a massage from now on, you're not allowed to leave the house or get out of my sight. If you're even asking me these questions,
I'm trying to save my marriage here. God,
inquiring minds want to know.
I don't know why you're doing this to me.
I think that's bullshit. There's no way that many massages end in happy endings, and there's no way that many people.
If that's true, I'm not shaking a massage therapist's hand ever again.
No kidding.
I'm certainly not kissing her hand.
Who knows where they've been?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see the point. Like, I don't think you would get paid.
You don't see the point? Oh, from the giving perspective.
Yeah, like, because you could, if you want to prostitute yourself, you can make way more money just being a prostitute than being a massage therapist who gives hand jobs.
Isn't that safer though? Like not being out on the street.
I hear
not going weird places.
I hear the average tip for a hand job is after a massage is $50. That's on top of like $100 massage. That's good money.
The average tip? $50
$50
for a hand job?
Yeah, that's not much.
You seem to know a lot about this.
Well, I mean, I read the article. And I researched it, and I sent some inquiring emails. And every night after Griffin went to sleep, I whispered in her ear, "Get Jeff a massage." Took about 2 weeks.
You're really talking me out of this.
No, I'm kidding. Sort of. No, I'm nervous, though. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I probably should have picked a less hot massage therapist.
You know what I just realized? Griffin,
you should
terrible.
film it.
Oh, and our massage therapist is super hot, too.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized? I'm looking at Naked Gus drinking on our chair and playing with the Xbox controller.
The cardboard cutout? Mm-hmm.
The cardboard cutout. That's the chair we just put in Millie's bedroom.
Oh, well, you sprayed it down with bleach, though, right?
I did.
If you look closely, I'm sitting on a napkin, so it's totally sanitary.
Right.
Tiny little napkin.
That napkin is a barrier from my ass to...
Wait a minute, is that the napkin we just put in Millie's room?
God.
Man, when I really wanted to do something again in your house when you had me watch your chickens and you gave me the keys and the alarm code, but for some reason I didn't have the energy that week.
I
couldn't bring myself to do it.
Our friend Lauren was in town visiting us for a week recently, and my friend from Oregon, and she came to the office one day because it was a Friday and it was pretty relaxed. Mm-hmm. We were doing a barbecue, and I was like, okay, so Gus is, you remember Gus, and she was like, is he the one that had all the pictures of himself all around his office? I'm like, yeah. She's like, the naked pictures of himself in his office. I'm like, yeah, no, that's him. She's like, Right. That's the thing that stood out in her mind when she met you.
I think it's the thing that sticks out in most people's mind when they come in here if they're not familiar with us.
I like when people that aren't familiar with Rooster Teeth come to the office because they're always like, "What do you ever stop and listen to the conversation you're having?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." I guess we talk about weird things a lot, or we have like tons of naked pictures of each other around, or it must be a surreal experience.
So speaking of which, I got something to say.
Okay,
I had my first. We have a receptionist now. She just started the other day, last Friday.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. I had my first negative experience about having a receptionist here, though. I guess because she's so new, I'm still not used to having her around. And the other day, I had to take my clothes off for a short, which isn't out yet.
Big surprise.
And I had to close the door to my office because I felt uncomfortable about it.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever had to do that. So,
You should be doing that anyway.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
No, well, yeah, the rest of us give a
If
fuck.
you don't like it, don't come and look.
Hey, don't pigeonhole me in with your anti-naked Gus rhetoric. I'm totally fine.
I get naked right now.
Yeah, I got no problem, buddy.
I hope to connect and cross that bridge so that I don't have to close my door anymore.
Okay.
Why don't you just take off your clothes right after the podcast, walk outside, and say, "Hey, I just want to get this out of the way." All right, we're good, and then just go back to work.
Maybe I should.
You said, Jeff, that you're nervous because you listen to Howard Stern so much and read some websites that
Well, there's
might
always
be
like,
offensive to women.
yeah, well, I'm always looking at like celebrity gossip or whatever. So there's always like Howard Stern blaring and then titties everywhere, and and she sits right outside my door. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have to come to terms with that, I think. At some point, because I'm not gonna
face an awful lawsuit
listening to Howard Stern.
I have noticed that everyone just changes wherever. Like they don't go to. We have several we got 3 bathrooms, and we have like a lot of people have their own office, and everyone changes like at my workbench. Like they just come over and they decide to take their pants off right next to my bench because.
Well, you do have all those pictures of half naked people around your
maybe,
desk.
Maybe you're sending mixed signals. How about that?
No, I'm not. I'm sending the muscle signal. I'm saying like this is the kind of guy I want to look at naked.
Well, we're doing our best to emulate that, but obviously it's not working.
What is with we have workout equipment in the staging area? What's with that?
You're working out.
We working out?
Who's working out?
It's been sitting there by itself, lonely in the corner. I just wonder why somebody brought it in.
I think the only workout that has happened on or around that machine was the 2 hours it took Bernie and Jack to put it together. They were definitely grunting and sweating by the end, and so they got their one workout from it, and now it'll sit there until we throw it away in 6 months.
So, I mean, that reminds me, we saw that article the other day that said that if you sit most of the day, it increases your chance of getting a heart attack like 54%.
Excuse me?
Oh, did you not see that?
Is it because of the circulation? Or?
It might be like activity.
Oh, my God.
But I guess if you have a job where you sit down like the majority of the day, or you spend most of your day sitting down, it increases your chance of getting a heart attack. Like it was either 54 or 57%.
Fuck that.
Oh, God.
So I think I'm going to get a desk like Bernie where you can stand and work.
No
they also
kidding.
say that 30% of all massages end in hand jobs, so I don't know. I don't know about these statistics.
Speaking of hand jobs,
of all
I'm getting a
statistics are made
massage
up.
tonight. I'm really nervous about it.
You keep talking about this massage. Where's this massage going to happen?
It's right down the road, too. Like in a
So
neighborhood.
you're going somewhere. It's not at your house.
I'm going to
anything.
someone's house.
Oh, you're going to someone's house.
Probably in their bedroom.
She actually has like it's not her bedroom, but it's like an extra room that she uses for like.
Is it her fuck room?
No, well,
Are there pillows everywhere?
I went actually I did a session with her, and there
Incense?
was no happy ending. So, and there wasn't any incense either.
Was there an okay ending?
We'll settle for a mediocre ending. Yeah. Our standards are very low. You'll find.
Oh, man.
So do you have a flip camera?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I have a Flip HD.
Yeah, I read yesterday. I guess Cisco. I learned that Cisco owns Flip, and that they're discontinuing the Flip camera.
They bought Flip not too long ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was for like $590 million or something.
That's really fucking sad, too, because I read, not a year ago, that Flip had 40% of the market.
I want to say also that we fucking called it.
Yeah, we did call it.
When the iPhone 4 was announced,
We said it
they
was
had
a Flip
an
killer.
HD camera. We said, that's it. That's it for the Flip. It took less than a year.
Took less than a year to kill a product that had 40 fucking % of the market. That's crazy.
They said that it was still selling well. They just didn't see any growth on it. That smartphones were going to eat into the market.
Yeah,
and that people weren't going to want to carry another thing that just did one thing.
it makes sense.
It is true. People like even today, like we're trying to. Gus is the last person. Well, he and Nathan are pretty much the last people to do anything with their office. Like even Joel has like done a little bit with his. So Gus
You mean
wants
as far as like decorating and
or
stuff?
whatever,
Yeah, okay.
like, and Gus so far hasn't really, because the drunk tank is in here and other factors, like he hasn't wanted to fill up his space yet.
Well, he's filled it up with naked photos of himself.
Right. So that's the one push that he's.
That's decoration, isn't it?
But even today, like he was like, well, I don't really just want to get a desk. I want a desk that does other things. Like I want a desk from the future.
Yeah,
already.
here's what I was saying. I know it's going to sound terrible and douchey and awful, but I was like, the way it works right now, a desk is something you put technology on or you put technology under. Like, I want a desk that is technology. I want a desk that has like USB ports that connect to my computer, or that has like a screen, like a touch screen built into it, or like an iPhone dock like right on it, or built into it, or speakers inside of it.
I'm going to tell you something right now. If you start a cult, I will join your cult. I like what you're saying.
Yeah, it should be integrated to everything. Like the desk is essentially the same shit it's been for 300 years. It's a piece of wood or metal with some fucking wood or metal legs. That's it. Why is there no advance in the desk technology?
They make them out of glass
I've
now.
never been so disappointed in an item as I am right now. I am furious about desks.
No one thinks about it, right?
You're right.
It's awful.
You're right.
Like, why can't you have a USB extension, or like USB wires running through your desk so that you plug it into your computer, and then you're like all your USB ports are right here on your desk, where you just like boop, boop, boop.
There
plug
might
your
be.
shit
Have
in.
you even done any research? There might
I've
be
looked,
something.
and I found one. I think it was called the Milk Desk,
Oh, the milk desk, yeah.
but it was like $5,000.
It's also in Denmark, I think.
I found a place in Beverly Hills that would sell it.
Oh, well, of course.
I wonder how hard it'd be to recreate.
I don't know.
I guess
but
we could make it.
hopefully Steve Jobs is listening to this right
I
now.
want.
I don't know. Everyone says like, I guess we can make it, but like Brandon said that earlier with the door handle, he needed help drilling.
Yeah, we
Like-
can't. The 15 of us can't put a fucking lock on a door in less than 6 hours. So I don't think we're going to be making anything.
well, we just won't put Brandon on that project.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, the Milk Desk was cool, and I really liked it until I saw the price.
Yeah,
I think
it's really expensive.
Was it the Milk Desk? There was one of those desks. I looked for some where you could put a fish tank into the desk.
Yes, that's the Milk Desk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I remember we discovered the milk desk. I think I found it on a design blog. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was when we were moving into the downtown office. We 1st discovered it. Yeah, but it's way too expensive.
Yeah, there's no way.
And I think it's gotten more expensive.
Yeah, I want a technology desk that's cheap. Where's that?
I want the Dell version of that desk.
I want to go to Office Max and pay like $100 for it.
Oh man.
So I don't get the feeling I'm just going to end up with a standard cheap desk.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it, buddy.
Yeah. We'll see.
Your desk right now seems okay.
I wonder if I could turn that TV into a desk.
I did.
The Microsoft Surface.
It'd be awesome.
Maybe you could get a bunch of iPads and layer them.
That'd be fucking
That-
expensive.
Yeah, that would be cheaper than just buying a. So is it MILK?
Yeah.
That seems like a. I don't know. It seems like an odd name for something centered around
It
technology.
probably means techno desk in Denmarkian.
Denmarkian.
Oh.
Denmarkish.
Denmarkish. What are you looking at?
Nothing.
All right.
All right, we'll do some more desk research
Yeah, we
later.
should.
We'll try to find
If
something.
anybody has any awesome technological desks, please send us an email to brandon@roosterteeth.com
Or roosterteeth.com/Brandon.
or roosterteeth.com/brandon.
We
We
should
would
start-
love to hear of it.
We should start working that in more often into the podcast. roosterteeth.com/Brandon.
Yeah.
And Brandon@roosterteeth.com.
Also,
BRANDON.
after you sign up for our site and try to get in before the million and get your million milestone, you fucking
What?
telephone
Fax machine. Wow.
fax machine. Did we just go back in time? Is it 1997?
Who are you going to say?
I was just going to say that people should stop by and say hi to Brandon at roosterteeth.com/Brandon. Should be the first thing you do after you sign up for the site.
That's a great idea. That's where all the best news is, at roosterteeth.com/Brandon.
That's right.
Is he going to murder us one day?
He's going to murder somebody. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's. Well, it's probably going to be either you or I, or Jack. He hates Jack.
That's true. Those guys are awesome. Brandon's taking some time off though.
Is he?
I think after today he's gonna be out for a few days.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like a sanity vacation?
I hope
or-
so.
Yeah.
I hope so. That guy's always here. As much
Yeah.
shit as we give him.
No, it's
I
true.
came by over the weekend to drop some stuff off that I had to buy from Home Depot, and he was here. Like he showed up just as I showed up, and he was just doing. He wasn't being here all day, but he does seem to be here all the time.
Brandon's the new Bernie. He's always at the office. Okay, enough ass kissing on Brandon.
Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast yet. When we did the video podcast, the most recent one that you guys weren't in,
I watched it.
I talked about making the app where you can take people's pictures and it tells you if they're single or shows
Yeah,
their Facebook
yeah, yeah.
profile and stuff. The next fucking day, Google announced they're making that app.
Wow, just based on what they heard from you?
I started it.
The sons of bitches.
I think
charge.
they're calling it Google Faces or Google Face.
And it was going to be called Gus Face.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So I have precedent. We fucking released the podcast a day early, so I'm going to wait 15, 20 years. Lawsuit.
Do you think maybe there'll be a reboot of Moonlighting now?
I hope so.
People will get reminiscent for it suddenly
That would be awesome.
for some strange reason.
Well, maybe tomorrow they'll announce the Moonlighting reboot coming this fall on NBC.
Oh man, you know what? I saw that there's a remake right now that makes no sense to me. They're remaking Fright Night. Do you remember that movie?
Fright Night, yeah, man.
Why, that was not a good movie when it came out. Why would who was clamoring for the Fright Night remake?
Come on, they're also
just make another fucking vampire movie.
They're also remaking the Wonder Woman TV series
and Charlie's Angels TV series now.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems.
But her costume, and that's a problem with some of those like vintage superheroes. You can't fuck with the costume too much, but the costumes are kind of lame. Yeah, like what we were watching the trailer for. What was it? Captain America. It's like there's only so far because you can't break entirely away.
I actually thought that Captain America trailer was pretty good, except, and Matt pointed this out, the scene where he busts in through the door with a pistol, and it looks like a water gun in his hand, and it's like, pew, pew, pew. Doesn't fit with the whole Captain America persona.
No.
He's holding this like tiny little baby pistol.
I didn't notice that.
Ka-choo.
I'll have to rewatch it.
That's when he's got the shield, right?
He does have a shield. Does anybody else think that the chick in the Wonder Woman costume looks like she has a dick? She's got it's not her fault. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know, but it's not a flattering costume in the crotch area. She gives her a package.
Maybe she just got a really huge clit.
Maybe she does.
You ever thinking about that?
You know, I don't know if I think I may have mentioned this on the podcast before for some reason. But if you take as a woman, if you take testosterone, like get the injections, your clit gets bigger.
I did not know that.
Just so you know.
You've never mentioned that.
No?
No.
I guess I must have been thinking it a lot.
Does it get better?
No, I don't know because it's still not like if you go from female to male, it doesn't ever work. You don't get like erections. Of course, I'm sure that there's still blood flow and there might be a semi. I don't know, but it's just too.
No, go.
Like
Please,
you need
go
to do
ahead.
some research.
And I think that so then you have the clit, but then they take the labia and make it into the balls. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
No. Should we find some pictures and see what's up?
There was a. God, I keep talking about Reddit this podcast, but there was a thread on Reddit where a urologist did one of those Ask Me Anything threads, and people were asking him about gender reassignment. And he said, and they asked, which was easier, going from man to a woman or woman to man? And he said, it's easier to dig a hole than build a pole.
Yeah.
Then in parentheses, he said, this kills at urologist conferences.
Yeah, but they do say it is easier, right, to go from... Because you can, in implants, too, it's like easier than doing like a full mastectomy.
How the fuck do we end up on gender reassignment?
Because Griffin's in the room?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we definitely run the gamut here. I wish we could reassign our podcast weekly on iTunes into whatever category it belongs. Or like as you're listening to it, it moves around to different categories.
Yeah.
Because we really haven't talked too much about games, I don't think.
No, this is well, we talked about Magic of Vietnam and Portal and Mortal Kombat coming out.
This week is a little bit dry, though, right?
Yeah, this week reminds me a lot of what it's like to live at home with Griffin. Like, I have lots of stimulating conversations like Griffin telling me, I don't have any crystals, and I need a good place to find crystals. Can you help me?
There's a crystal place by our house.
Crystals?
When did I say that? You're making me sound like a crazy person.
You said it the other day. You're like, I need some healing crystals.
Oh, no, not crystals. I just wanted to check out their stones because I wanted some petrified wood. The opposite of a crystal.
Oh, my God.
So you can't supply your wife with the petrified wood anymore, huh?
No.
How long you guys been married?
6 years.
Magic's over.
Yeah, apparently.
Just having to shop around. Well, luckily you're getting a massage tonight. Maybe that'll start things.
Spice up
things going.
Marriage.
I'm seriously regretting getting that massage.
I'm regretting getting the massage because I'm so terrified of what's going to happen.
How long of a massage is this going to be?
I think it'll probably be an hour. Isn't that typical?
How much does a massage cost? An hour-long massage?
It varies, but I think like $75, $80 for an hour, depending. And she's a friend, so she usually gives us a deal or whatever.
So $75, $80 is a normal price?
Usually. I've never had a massage from
It depends on the
Griffin
massage
before.
therapist.
What kind of massage is this? Is it like a Swedish deep tissue or something?
I think it depends on Jeff, but I would think Swedish with maybe some acupressure.
Okay. What region?
Do you really want acupressure? Acupressure hurts a little bit.
I've seen videos on the internet, dudes getting punched in the balls.
Yeah.
Some guys are into that. I'm not who's to judge.
Schmo videos.
If you want
Is that
someone
what,
to
oh yeah,
punch,
Schmo. That's right. We talked
Schmo.
about that.
if you want someone to punch you in the balls, I can do that for you.
Will you charge me
That job's
$75?
taken.
Oh, man.
I thought
We wrote it into our vow.
Hey, you're right though. We've been a little light on pop culture. Have you seen any good movies?
no. No.
No.
I can't think. What's the last movie I saw? I saw Black Swan not too long ago.
No. What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I thought it was really good.
Is it worth watching? Should I see it?
Oh, have you not seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. I think my wife didn't like it so much. She thought it was okay. I thought it was a really great.
What's her fucking
performance.
deal?
I know.
All right, yeah, I'll check that out. It's the last pre-pregnancy movie we get to see from her, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh no, Your Highness.
Oh,
because Your Highness opens this weekend, right?
It already came out?
Oh, it did?
Yeah, I think it already came out.
Man, I heard an awful interview with Danny McBride on satellite radio the other day. I was listening to Shade 45, the hip hop station.
Uh-huh.
Danny McBride was on Plugging Your Highness, and like one of the dudes just kept saying, "Oh, insult that guy, insult him, just say something funny." And Danny McBride was like,
God.
hey, how's it going? Just so awful. They're like constantly asking him to do that.
That's
Dude,
terrible.
that is the fucking worst.
Yeah, at one point he literally said, "Say something funny." Or insult him. I was like, oh man, come on.
You and I have had to do a couple of interviews, and I don't want to get too specific, where they kind of went that route, and that is so terrible. They're like, man, Red vs. Blue is really funny. Be funny right now. Like, what do you want to be funny about? I don't know. Talk about that guy. Like, okay. Or they'll be like, hey, why don't you just do a bit. We're gonna interview, but we're gonna interview as Griffin Simmons. Go. I'm like, hey, I'm lazy.
Where's Bernie? Is the script done yet?
Yeah. Hey, check it out. I don't want to do this interview because I'm so lazy. I'm gonna go eat an Oreo. All right. And then they're all like, really?
That's it. It reminds me of people who were disappointed in the Charlie Sheen live show. It's like,
right.
The dude's an actor. He's not a writer, I don't know what you expect from him.
Well, you're the dumb shit that paid $100 or whatever to go see it.
Are there videos of that up? Because I was reading a little bit about it, and they had this. Was it on What Would Tyler Do? Like, what was it? The
One of
website
those
that I
gossip
looked-
sites?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
of the gossip sites, and they had a horrible photo of him. Looked like he was missing a tooth. Is that the one?
Probably.
Probably.
He's done a few shows. Though I just read the one in New York did not go well.
Yeah, I don't think he has any teeth actually.
No.
He has falsies. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
really?
got gold teeth, I think.
Yeah, and he puts
then-
like porcelain caps
veneers over it
whenever he needs to like appear in public.
Yeah, apparently the crack took care of his teeth. I didn't know that crack is bad for teeth. I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean it's the same thing. He's an actor. He's only funny because someone writes and tells him
Yeah,
what to do.
What do they call it? Torpedo of Truth tour?
Something like
How
that.
fucking great is that?
But that's the thing too. It's like I think that a lot of people tend to forget when they're enjoying some kind of entertainment just how many people are involved in making something good.
Mm-hmm.
And the actor and then the directors, they get all the credit, because they're the ones that are the most visible. But it's easy to forget.
I wonder if it sucks to be like a Charlie Sheen, and because Chris, you take stand-up comedians. Like you always think about who the funniest people are, like a Chris Rock or whoever, Jerry Seinfeld, and they're. You see them on television shows, and they're very conversationally funny. And then you have like a comedic actor like Tom Hanks, or I feel weird lumping these two together, or Charlie Sheen, who make a living being funny on film or on television. Charlie Sheen's in the #1 comedy on television, and has been for like 9 years. You have to wake up every day and think, obviously, I'm a funny guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking 12 million people a week laugh at me or laugh with me. I've got to be a funny guy. Or you're like Tom Hanks. You're like, I made Bachelor Party and The Burbs and all of these great fucking Money Pit, all these great comedies. I must be a funny guy. And then like you and I saw
That was awful.
You and I saw Tom Hanks on Jimmy Kimmel, I think, the other night.
Yeah.
And he was trying to be like funny and jokey, and it was fucking terrible.
Really? Tom Hanks is normally pretty funny
He's
and good off the cuff.
Normally kind of funny and off the cuff. I thought so too.
It seemed like he was enjoying himself more than anyone else.
It was really actually kind of douchey.
Well, and I think that it might be hard too because I don't think Jimmy Kimmel was really leading at that point because I think it might be intimidating.
I guess, but it's like once again, it's like, are comedic actors really funny, or do they just deliver comedy well that's written? You know what I mean? I don't know. Obviously, a guy like Will Ferrell, I think, is probably pretty funny because you hear that most of his stuff is ad libbed.
Well, plus he was also. That's also different. I think of him more as a comedian because he spent time on SNL.
Sure.
I
guess that's true too.
You have,
Yeah, but it's got to be like a weird wake up call, or hopefully a wake up call for a guy like Charlie Sheen to go up in front of 10,000 people and not be able to entertain them without 100 people behind him writing and producing and yelling cut and making sure that he looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a team effort. That's
Yeah,
what
it really is.
Well, and editing too. I mean, so much of comedy is just good editing and timing.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to kind of suck if you're one of those guys, though. You know.
I'm really,
It must really suck. Yeah, to be Tom Hanks.
I'm really disappointed to hear about that Tom Hanks interview on Jimmy Kimmel. I remember he was on the last episode of the Tonight Show. He was also on the first one with Conan O'Brien, and he was fucking funny.
Yeah, I know. But then it made me wonder, like, how much of that is scripted? Because you know they do pre-interviews, and it's all handled ahead of time. It's like, if you're Tom Hanks and you have to go on the Tonight Show, you probably have to do a pre-interview. I know that there are some celebrities who are above it. If you're Tom Hanks and you go on Jimmy Kimmel, you're probably like, I'm not going to show up here early for a pre-interview. I'm sorry, Jimmy, but your show's on at midnight. I'm just going to go off the cuff. Yeah. This is me assuming. But yeah, it just like, it really fell flat. And he actually seemed kind of arrogant in the interview to me.
I'll see if I can find it. I'm sure hopefully they'll have it on
and I think
their website.
Comedians too, like they get to be a certain age and they're so established that, I mean, part of comedy is just being subversive. And if you reach a certain level of success, how subversive can you be?
I will say he followed up the interview with a pre-recorded bit where he was was enrolling his daughter in like a Little Miss Sunshine style beauty contest, and that was very fucking funny. Like the second he stopped being live and they went to something pre-recorded where he was acting, it was great. It was a well-produced bit. I don't know.
Well, I'll check it out. Make sure to put in the link dump.
Also, did you know Tom Hanks' youngest son is a rapper?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He changed his name.
Not Colin Hanks, but Chet Hayes. You should look him up.
Chet Hayes?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 19. He goes to Northwestern, I think. And he's like a hip-hop guy.
From the streets of Northwestern, huh?
Yeah, and he's got like such great lyrics as like, I'm going to stab you in the peephole with my ski pole. That's a direct quote from his song I heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's coming from the mean streets of Vale, apparently. Vale. Anyway, he's worth a listen.
All right. I'm sure we can find a YouTube video or a website or something.
How do you go from there? Like, how do you go from like probably growing up in Beverly Hills as like the richest white kid ever to, from the streets rapper? That's a tough transition to make, I bet.
Why did he change his name so he could break away from
I don't know.
A certain level of expectation? Or?
And why Chet Hayes? That doesn't sound like a rapper to me.
Probably did some market research.
I doubt it.
No. I don't know.
He did a poll.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Did you ever see
on Facebook?
While we're talking about Tom Hanks, did you ever see what's his wife's name?
I don't, but I can picture her. She was in Sleepless in Seattle. She played like the friend.
Meg Ryan?
No,
the other one.
Did you ever see? Anyway, I can't think of her name, so it sucks. But did you ever see the trailer for that made-for-television movie where she had an invisible child?
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a really funny trailer. You can probably find it on YouTube. It's
Rita Wilson.
Rita Wilson, yeah, where she plays a mom who thinks she's got a kid and she doesn't, and the whole trailer is her like pushing like a fucking swing and like talking to the kid, and there's nobody there, and all of her friends are like scratching their heads and going like, "What do we do? How do we help her?"
The movie's called Invisible Child.
There you go, Invisible Child.
Is it actual? I thought it was a joke. No, so it's a real movie?
No, it's real. I've seen the trailer.
My god!
Is it a drama or a comedy?
Yeah, it's a drama.
It's a drama.
It came out in 1999.
It's like a Lifetime movie. That's going to be a weird thing if you're in a celebrity couple where like your husband's career or your wife's career or whoever goes into the stratosphere and then yours really doesn't, and you're left making movies like Invisible Child because you still want to work and you still want to be relevant, but that's like all you don't want to like, I don't know, just take the free jobs that your husband or wife gives you, to make you feel better.
Well, there's a lot of like, at least in families like that, where like Julia Roberts' brother. Who's that?
Eric Roberts?
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies, but he's not, you wouldn't remember him.
I remember him. Fucking love
Eric
Roberts.
You do, because you love fucking B-movie actors.
They took my thumbs, Johnny. He was in Public Gardens Village.
Okay, well then what's another example?
No, that's a good example. He's
Martin
definitely...
Sheen's brother.
Joe Estevez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in everything, but he's in movies like Wolf or whatever. Like what was
Werewolf and shit like that. Yeah. You ever looked up Martin Sheen's brother, Joe Estevez? He's been in like 200 movies. He's been in everything. And also...
hugely successful.
Interesting thing about that dude... if you ever think you hear Martin Sheen doing a voiceover, it's his brother. They sound identical. And his brother just gets a buttload of voice work because he sounds like Martin Sheen. Yeah, almost every time you hear Martin Sheen and you don't see him, it's his brother.
Who was the guy in Mass Effect 2?
I think that was Martin Sheen, wasn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. You'd have to look it up.
Because I thought it was Martin Sheen, but now you have me second guessing.
You should look it up. It might have been his brother. But yeah, and it's also interesting, like, he's been in 200 movies you've never heard of, unless you, like, watch Mystery Science Theater. Like, he's probably rich, though, from that, right? Like, you can't be in 200 movies and not be rich.
Yeah, because you're getting residuals, right?
That's got to be. Well, I don't know about that, but you get paid. I'm sure he gets paid, $20,000 or whatever to do a movie.
It was Martin Sheen.
Was it Martin? Yeah. And
he takes all the good voice acting gigs.
That's got to be like the weirdest kind of success. Like you could say you're a famous actor because you've got this list of credits on IMDb, and you probably drive a really nice car and have a really nice house, but no one knows who you are.
Yeah.
Unless they're watching Cinemax at 3 a.m.
It might actually be more fun.
It might be awesome, right?
Yeah, because you don't have like people scrutinizing your every movement. And
I wonder if anybody aspires to be that level of actor.
I'm sure. That's a career. That's a successful career.
A very successful career.
I'm sure they get paid well. And
just like there are directors,
they're doing what they want.
There are directors who make made-for-TV movies, and that's it.
Or the people who make like Giant Shark versus Mega Octopus and shit like that.
Or even like slightly more legitimate movies like Species 3. Just like direct-to-DVD stuff, or like I don't know. What's another one? Fucking Battles. What was that movie we like with the guns? In space. Starship Troopers 2.
Oh, yeah. I like the pew pew effect. Hey, did you know Carrie-Anne Moss was the voice of Arya in Mass Effect 2?
No, I didn't.
Crazy. And did you know that Seth Green is Joker?
I did know that. Yes, thank you. What?
Crazy.
Like, I was thinking the other day, there was an independent movie in the 90s that was kind of popular called The Pompadour of Love. It had John Cryer in it. And for whatever reason, I was thinking about that movie. And I was like, I wonder what the guy that directed that is doing now. Because like when it happened, it was one of those things where it's like, this guy's going to be a huge director. Mm-hmm. And he had directed the last thing he had done was a made-for-TV movie with Vanessa Williams, where she played, it was like a made-for-TV in modern times Cinderella for the Wii network or for Lifetime.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I was just like, I wonder like what that career trajectory is like or how it feels.
Was it the one that was like a musical?
Yeah, it was a
musical.
It
had Jason Alexander in it?
I don't think it even had that level. I don't think it had Jason Alexander in it.
No, but then there's one with Jason Alexander that, who did it have? It had Brandy, I think, in it.
That makes more sense. Or like the one that I think about a lot is Tobe Hooper. Do you know who Tobe Hooper is, Gus?
Yeah, he directed. And they got pulled for Poltergeist, right?
No, well, I mean, nobody really knows. But he directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then from that he did Poltergeist. He quote-unquote directed Poltergeist. And there's a lot of rumors that the production wasn't going well, and I think Steven Spielberg was making Indiana Jones at the time, or involved in Indiana Jones, and had to like leave the set to come over, and supposedly took over directing and secretly directed that movie. And there were all these stories of these epic fights between them on stage. Or like on set.
Directing Poltergeist?
Poltergeist. Doesn't have credit for it, but he was the executive producer. But anyway, so Tobe Hooper has directing credit for Poltergeist, and then he made a movie that I love called Invaders from Mars, and then that's it. And if you look him up, he's directing like direct-to-DVD movies like Crocodile 3 and shit like that, you know? I think he literally directed Piranha 2 or Piranha 3. And not the 3D one, but like, you know. And I wonder, like, it's gotta suck to be like, I made fucking Poltergeist, right? I made Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There have been like 7 remakes of that movie. It's a horror icon film. And now I'm just fucking direct-to-DVD directing. I wonder if that's, like, if he chose that path, or just like one day the phone stops ringing and you just gotta take what you can get.
I don't know.
How does that work?
Maybe, but I don't know. If people are hard to work with, that's a factor. It doesn't matter if you're talented. You still
maybe he's hard to work. I would like to interview that guy. If anybody knows Tobe Hooper, I really want to ask.
Let's get him on the podcast.
Not like in a demeaning way. I'm curious, like how a career goes that route, and is that intentional, or like is he happy with that? Maybe he didn't like the pressure of directing, $50 million movies.
So your interview would be, tell us how your career went so badly.
No, just like
it looked like you were on a bright path, and then what happened?
I would have to phrase it in a different way.
How can people avoid this happening to them?
Yeah, I guess.
We would like to make you an example for other people.
I thought our interview last week with Chris Robertson went well.
Yeah, I like Chris. He's a really nice guy.
I think a lot of people got a lot of positive feedback from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were there did you hear from a lot of like Chris Robertson fans? Because I know that iZombie comics is really popular.
Yeah, there were some people who commented who said that they were big fans of his and were happy to hear him on the podcast.
That's kind of awesome that we were able to do that, and I hope people don't think it sets a precedent where we're going to have other famous people on the podcast to interview, because he's the only one we know.
That's it. We're tapped.
That was it. Maybe in 6 months we'll have him back.
We'll get your massage therapist next week to talk about your happy ending.
Oh,
there
God.
you go.
Oh, God.
Yay.
Right, well, we should probably wrap shit up.
All right, let's get out of here
before we go too long. Let's go find some boring lunch down here in this area.
I'm gonna fight a sandwich.
You gonna fight a sandwich?
Let's do it.
All right, see ya.
All right, well, thanks for listening.
Ta-ta.